We're here at Nightmare Weekend Richmond 2024 with Thomas Waits, who you might know best from The Warriors or The Thing. I gotta ask this first. So my friends and I saw The Thing at a local theater last night. I see it there every year. It's my favorite movie of all time. What was working on that entire production like?
It was like getting paid to go to a party. It was so much fun. It may have been, the highlight of my life, aside, of course, from my children being born and meeting my wife. Probably the most exciting time of my life. I mean, it was like a bunch of guys that were all really good actors, but knew how to have fun. And John created an atmosphere where it engendered fun. Serious was when it was time to get down to business. It was serious. And when it was time to be disciplined, it was time, we would be disciplined. But it was a great joy,
Well, and what about, I don't want to hold you up.
Okay. I'll be done in 2 minutes.
Well, working with John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, all these guys, and also one of the big things whenever I see it, there's a good amount of people that are seeing it for the first time, so it gets a great crowd reaction. The defibrillator and the blood test specifically. So, in terms of the production, the effects, and everything like that, working with Carpenter, Kurt Russell, just take me through that journey, I guess.
Okay, so Kurt he'd been in the business since he was a young kid. So he knew the industry in a different way from like a New York actor. So I learned a great deal about how the business works from him. John is a very creative guy, very sensitive and very, very quiet. He only speaks when he has something to say. And yet he really cares for his men, that he cares for his men, the people that are working for him. He was a very specifically visionary director. I would watch what he was doing with the camera and I would just be like, wow, how did he think of that,
Yeah. Well, and just the overall production. I'm sure that the scene where your character is killed, you got drenched in fake blood, I guess.
It was quite a day. I did my own stunts. I was in good shape back then. I was a black belt in karate, so I was like, I can take it. They were banging me around all over the place, but it was good. It was great fun. Yeah, really one of the best times of my life. I just can't say enough about it. And the fact that people are finally caught on and saw what a work of art it is. I mean, not just the camera work that Dean Kundi, not just the brilliant music by Marconi, not just the actors, but John's vision of the whole thing. It was quite inspiring.
Well, and lastly, as Richmond native, I have to ask, how has Richmond treated you, and what's being on the convention circuit like and seeing the legacy of stuff like The Thing and the Warriors?
Richmond has been great. The people are fantastic. And since we're plugging things,
yes,
this is my movie. I wrote it, directed it, I raised the money, and I wrote the music. And John Carpenter mentored me through it.
Awesome. That is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would call him up in the middle of the night and be like, John, what the fuck do I do? And he talked me down from the ledge, and he was the first one to see the final cut, and he thinks it's good, so you will too. It's called Target. It's available on Amazon Prime. Rent it or buy it, you cheap fucks, for $10. I'm out.
Well, it's great to see you here. I'll let you get back to your Eagles game. Thank you so much.
Thank you, mate.